Well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay back at it again. There's no delay there. And the Minnesota Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers today. But before we do that, we have some announcements to make. The rotation has been reset and seems to be working fine. Paul Fritchie is back, Sam Gable is back, so they will be implemented into the rotation here. And as we look at the injury report, it's just Cole Smith being held out with that ruptured disc. Daniel Hendricks, of course, on IR prior to the regular season. And if we go to the Green Bay Packers roster, we can see they have no injuries. Must be nice. Paul Fritchie returning from injury pushes Marcus Epps into more of the bench/backup role. He is not in the rotation at all, so there'll be more playing time for Paul Fritchie and Kenny Erickson at the free safety spot. I'm trying to think what else we had to talk about except for the turnovers. The Vikings fall 48-41. You turn the ball over 5 times in a game, it's not going to be good. And with the Brandon Baker missed field goal from 57, and plus the turnovers, you have to believe that the turnovers played into it because we were pushing down on one of the interceptions. It was down pretty close to the red zone or inside of it there. So as we take a look at the NFC North standings, the Bears are 1-0, Packers, Vikings, Lions all at 0-1. And then as we look ahead to the team's schedule here, you will see we have the Packers, Raiders, and then we are in Chicago at the Bears. So really the division could be shaken up here by week 6. We could be playing, or week 7 rather, we could be playing for the division, depending on how everything goes. But I've talked more than enough here. This is Randy Replay. I will see you for kickoff in just 1 minuto. And hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay on the air and online here. The SSN. EA Sports brings you this presentation of the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Border battle number 1 here this season, 2019-2020. And we'll see how this shapes up here in just 1 minute as the fireworks are going off here in sultry Green Bay, Wisconsin. As you can see, the TV commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, but you're stuck here with Randy. Still don't have an on-field reporter. Something's going to have to happen here soon. That's a storyline to follow. There's Rashid Spinks. Oh, I forgot to do the captains again. Well, it's Rashid Spinks, Stephen Campagna, Brandon Baker, and I do believe Thaddeus Rozu and Josh Fitzer are the team captains. And I believe after that first week performance, we're going to see Luke Slazewski don a C, especially if he can repeat it here. There is the almighty Aaron Rodgers. Player to watch, of course, is Luke Slazewski, taking passes from Stephen Campagna. Had a big day yesterday, already at 9 catches for 198 yards and a touchdown, longest of 76. So here we go. Looks like the coin toss has happened. Vikings have won the toss again, deferred to the second half. So making smart decisions here are the Minnesota Vikings. It seemed to work good. We just fell short last week, as you have to put yourself in a good position to win. Brandon Baker approaches and boom, we are underway. This is return from the 1. And he's brought down at about the 28. So now it'll be interesting to see these things fill up with stats instead of just measurables. And we'll see how Aaron Rodgers leads his team. 23 for 33, 246, 1 touchdown, no pick. Aaron Rodgers from Cal, of course. One of the best in football, if you ask Randy, but don't you dare say that in Minnesota. So here we go. Aaron Rodgers with Jones to his left. He's going to snap. He's going to throw it. It's a wide open receiver to the right side. That is Davante Adams, and he goes for the first down. So 16 yards right off the bat. Jeremy Lindsey, Drew Warren. Rodgers throws again, right side. Caught Davante Adams again. That is Robert Nichols on him this time. We're going to have to switch it up here. So they're not utilizing Jones, at least early in the game here. There it is, handoff Jones. Brought down by Justin Lewis as Jones gets 7 yards. Last week, rushed for just 61 on 19 carries. So it is possible to stop this man. I don't think we face a Devontae Adams type threat. 2nd and 3 for Rodgers. Or Rodgers, however you want to look at it. Delayed handoff, it is a play action. He'll throw right side, caught. And that'll be up to the 29, another first down. As Stephon Diggs on the reception. Of course, Aaron Rodgers. We've said it before and we'll say it again, one of the best in the league. Quick throw, incomplete. Had everybody stacked to the left. It was a designed run fake, and here are the Packers offense. Or here is the Packers offense. As I take a sip of Wisconsin's best coffee. We'll see how this game shakes out. Richard Salty in there, Drew Ward back in there. Showing run. It is a run. Ooh, just shoves. Who is that? Thaddeus Rosu out of the way, and he's finished off by Matthew Arnsdorf. So 3rd and 7. Linebackers coming down to the A-gap. Rodgers gets the snap. Throws left side. It's incomplete, almost intercepted by Robert Nichols. And that will force a field goal attempt for Mason Crosby. So 2 really good plays. Stephon Diggs was the intended target of that pass. I mean, almost undercut the route. Thaddeus Rosu, that's Paul Fritchie, actually. Or no, Kenny Erickson just pushes him away, almost picked off by Robert Nichols. So here is Mason Crosby, 43-yard attempt. Snap is good, kick is away, and it is also good. Angles in at the last minute, and it's 3-0 Green Bay. So we will see Stephen Campagna and the Minnesota Vikings offense take over. Beautiful kick. It's good. There are some purple jerseys here, but obviously Green Bay Packers fans pack this stadium every week. They love their football. Jalen Myrick will down it halfway deep into the end zone, and that is where Vikings will take over at the 25. Here comes Stephen Campagna. We'll look at his stats for the season. 23 for 35, 385, 3-2. Also had a couple fumbles in that last game. I have to say that because I'm trying to light a fire. So Sam Gable in the rotation. Terrence Freelix in the rotation. And Justin Vanderschaft behind Stephen Campagna in the I formation. Campagna turns. He will hand it to the aforementioned Vanderschaft to get 3 yards. So a little modest gain there. Three yards. Campagna in the shotgun. Travis Parker out there. Quick snap. Pump fakes. Throws wide open. Suzuki off the slant. And you have got to cover him off the slant as 84 goes for 18. And first down, Minnesota. So Terrence Freelix checks in. Looks like the rotation is working to perfection. It goes to Freelix. He runs left, right side, cuts it back in, gets up to the 50. So a good first run by Terrence Freelix. He'll get about 5 yards. And now Stephen Campagna under center. Sam Gable checks in. So the rotation confirmed to be working. Pulls it back. Throws caught by Sam Gable, but for no gain. I mean, he just had to get rid of that thing. Look at the draft class again for some reason. And it's 3rd and 6, so we're going to have to figure something out here. Pump fakes. Throws middle. Caught Jesse Peterson, and he goes down to the ground with the ball in his possession. So Stephen Campagna making questionable calls here, but that was a good one. Of course, Stephen Campagna wears that coach's wristband. He calls all the plays from the field. Sam Gable checks in. Matthew Peterson, man in motion. Right side of the I formation, now turns into the far set. And it's Sam Gable not being able to get a yard. He gets one rush, can't get up to the line of scrimmage. And no gain. So Sam Gable's still in the game, flanking Campagna from the shotgun. It's a play action. Throws. Caught by Darian Wilson for the touchdown! Darian Wilson. Check him for weapons because he is one. A beautiful throw. Caught him in between two Packers, and Darian Wilson goes for the score. Cut off the dreads, but he's still a threat. Holy moly. So this to make it 7-3 Minnesota. Kick is away, angling to the right side, angles back in, it is good. 7 plays, 76-yard drive. That's the kind of drive you want to have opening here in Green Bay. 3rd and 9, Tevin Farrell on the edge rush. Throws, end zone, caught. Incomplete, no touchdown. It is an incomplete. Stephon Diggs was out of bounds. Oh my heavens, we're gonna take another look at this thing. Aaron Rodgers flips it. Yeah, left foot was out. It might be review. No review. This to make it 7-6 Vikings. 32-yarder from Mason Crosby. The kick is away. It is perfect. 7-6 Vikings. 3rd and 2. Vandershot. No, he does not get it. They called a run play. He does not get it. 4th and 2. Fourth and 2. They're going to go for it. Midfield. They give it to Matthew Peterson. He gets it and more. Stumbles his way up to the 41. What a play by Matthew Peterson. Throws, intercepted. Threw it into double coverage, and Lou Wang was the intended target. Campagna missing his tackle, and Bradbury will finish him up. So another interception for the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe he just didn't see that other Green Bay Packer looming down there underneath the route. We saw where he was going with it. Lou Wang just didn't even turn around. He was waiting for the ball, but it was already in the hands of a Green Bay Packer. And Stephen Campagna missing his tackle. Bradbury finishes him off, I guess. Yeah, he wasn't even fully turned around. Kevin King on the pick. And Rodgers. And Williams will just walk into the end zone untouched. And they do it like Bernie, do it like Bernie. Oh my heavens. So walks into the end zone untouched. Does Williams, as you can see right here. Ball crosses. So at the end of one, Vikings trail 7-13, but we got the ball. We'll see what happens. So 3rd and 8, here we go. Trying to get him to jump, that's not going to work. Throws right side, caught and held on to from a tackling defender. And Josh Gable signals for the first down. His first reception goes for 12. And it's 1st and goal from the 3. Travis Parker in there. Behind Matthew Peterson in the I formation. It will go to the aforementioned Parker. He'll get up to the 2. A run of 1. Here we go. 13-7 Packers. Gable cuts it in, and he dives over the end zone marker for the touchdown. Sam Gable, first career rushing touchdown, and he... So it's tied up 13-13. Sam Gable got away from a defender and just dives over just in case. We'll take a look here. Did it cross the plane? Yes, it did. Sean Clausen pushing the line back. And I don't think he got it. I really do not think he got it. Aaron Nelson on the tackle. No, he did not. And I do believe Mason Crosby. No, they're going to punt it away. They do not trust Mason from this length. You have to watch the fake. The fake has been watched, and here's a kick. Coffin corner goes out at the 17. So a good punt by the Packers there. Now this is the Vikings' opportunity to really pour it on before halftime when they get the ball back. Stephen Campagna, play action. He tries to juke out a defender, but he'll be brought down for the sack. Causes an incompletion. Throw, caught, wide open. Lu Wang, just go to the ground, young man, and he did. So he redeems the drive. Campagna under center. Gets the snap, throws right, caught Jesse Peterson. Peterson's got a lane. Peterson's got a lane. And he gets tackled at the 17, inbound, so the clock still runs. Stephen Campagna, 203 yards on the day now. Stephen Campagna from the shotgun. Has a wide open Luis Gonzalez for the score as the 2-minute warning hits. Hazaba, hazaba, hazaba. And that is a Luis Gonzalez touchdown. And wow, he just kind of warps over his teammates. Boom! The grenade goes off. I love this team so much. So many funny individuals. Luis Gonzalez, wide open score. Blown coverage by that man, number 31. Catch. And they're going to bring the pressure. They don't get there. It's picked up. Jalen Myrick. He's got speed. Keep rolling. No! Jalen Myrick. His first game playing as a Minnesota Viking, and he gets a pick. He picked off Aaron Rodgers. And had that not be for that tackler, he would be in the end zone. Jalen Myrick. Oh, man. Just caught his shoelaces coming down. So they audibled to a zone coverage. It was a great play, and Jalen Myrick picks off Aaron Rodgers. Stephen Campagna, 13 for 16, 221, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And into field goal range. Make a short completion. Campagna gets him to jump, but he does not snap the ball. Needs to get rid of it. Tries to throw it, but he is sacked. He tried to throw it out of bounds, but he's sacked. And this is what I'm talking about. If it's not there, just don't do it. So 30 seconds. We're punting with the win now. Taylor Pauline, first punt of the season here in week 2. And it's a boomer. This thing is going to go into the end zone. Oh my heavens, they get it at the 20, 26 seconds left. Or Taylor Pauline is a captain, sorry. I do believe they're just going to run this thing out. Poitralamalu's coming up into the box. And Poitralamalu hunts down the Devontae Adams rush. And that is the best play I've seen out of him so far in the 2019-2020, including the preseason. Defense auto flips. And that will be the end of the first half, pending this run. Big hit by Thaddeus Rozu. He gets the first down and he gets some stats, but that will be the end of the first half. Vikings get the ball back. You need to play smart here. You really need to. Halftime stats, here they are. But before that, we'll take a look at what else is going on around the league. In Detroit, Lions 0-1, Chargers 0-1. Matthew Stafford, 9 for 14, 87 yards and a touch. Down. Excuse me. And of course, in Washington, Dallas takes the lead, 17-0. Prescott, 82 yards. Pollard, 25 yards with Ezekiel Elliott out. And last but not least, here in Tennessee, the Colts are trailing these Titans 21-3. Andrew Luck, of course, 43 yards. Marlon Mack, 7 yards. And Mariota has 187 and a touchdown. Randy Replay seems to be struggling with a cough here. We're going to try and get through these halftime stats quick. We're just going to show you the leaders, since we will be giving you the full stats later on this evening. QB rating of 132.5 for Stephen Campagna. He is 13 for 17. That is 76% completion percentage. For those of you that don't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Sam Gable leads the game team with 8 carries for 36 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Moss in second place, 3 for 10. Receiving, right now it is Luke Slazewski, 3 for 50. They're covering him pretty well when he's on the field. So hopefully he can get up to 100 yards. 50 yards in the first half, though. Jesse Peterson, 2 for 39. Blake Letelier, 3 for 29. Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to defense and look at total tackles, and it's Poitras and Matthew Arnsdorf with 4. No sacks. There was 1 interception by Jalen Myrick. No pass deflections, no forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no blocks, no safeties, and no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings through the first half. Brandon Baker had an easy day, 3 for 3 on extra points, no field goals made. And Taylor Pauline finally gets on the stat sheet for the first time this season. 1 punt, 59 yards. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just 1 second. Oh, he calls an audible line of scrimmage. Throws right side, cuts Slazewski. Slazewski gets free, makes a man miss, stumbles a bit, and gets up to the 19. I do believe he could have had a touchdown if not for that little stumble. And that is another one, a 36-yard completion and a first down for the Vikings. Now that's very good play call there by Stephen Campagna to get that little pump fake in there because that caused the defender to jump. Actually, we're going to go back and take a look at a live replay. And I'm going to break down what happened here with Stephen Campagna. So Campagna from the gun. Terrence Freelick's in there. He pump fakes, causes the defender to jump. I mean, he really would have had him right here. He causes the defender to jump, moves up into the pocket, makes a throw. And of course, the rest, as they say, is history. He gets jumbled a little bit. Slazewski will juke, and right there he just stumbles. And then he gets brought down. He could have had a touchdown here. There we go. Campagna under center. Needs to make a decision. He won't. He will keep it, and it's a touchdown rushing for Campagna. Row, row, row the boat. Drive the car today. Oh my heavens, that is my favorite celebration that they do, and it is incredible. Campagna looking. I mean, he made a good decision to batten down the hatches. He had Josh Gable inside making the block. I mean, you really don't want to throw there when there's 4 Green Bay Packers and only 3 receivers. He just didn't want to throw another interception. I can get behind that. He made the touchdown, but hindsight's 20/20. I get it, but it's 28-13 Vikings on a 7-play, 74-yard drive. We need to play good coverage here. If we could get to Rodgers. No. Justin Lewis making the tackle. And Lewis open field tackle, no gain. Actually lost one. And this will force another Packers punt. Now, as the game goes on, the Minnesota Vikings play better defensively. We've seen that against the Atlanta game, even though we ultimately lost. But we've seen it all preseason. Jalen Myrick will wave goodbye, and it goes out at the 1. So Myrick waves goodbye, but it goes out at the 1. So we'll see what we can do here to cause separation. You have to believe they're going to start coming for us really, really big here. From the 1, turns, hands it to Matthew Peterson. He will get 8 yards, 7 yards. And Matthew Peterson causes some separation here as he gets a couple yards left to go to get this first down. Sam Gable bounces it out. Tries to juke, make a man miss, but he gets tackled from behind. That'll give him 44 yards. So Stephen Campagna out of the shotgun. Flanked by Aaron Moss. He will call an audible. It goes to Aaron Moss. Aaron Moss cuts it up the middle. Stumbles again, and there's a flag. It's going to be face mask on the Packers. Now with this modern day NFL, you can see so much of the game. No doubt in Randy Replay's mind about that one. Brandon Baker, first field goal attempt of the day. Kick is away, and it is good. Minnesota goes up 31-13. We'll take that all day. Vikings show blitz, bringing everybody up to the line. What a time to bring the blitz! It's Drew Ward! Sacks Aaron Rodgers! Three-pointer is good! Drew Ward is the first Viking to bring down Aaron Rodgers this season. Oh, by goodness! He really drove him down with his body weight. I'm surprised that was not called. A-gap line will pinch together. They're coming. And I don't know what happened there. Davante Adams, Matthew Arnsdorf just stopped dead in his tracks, and the game cheats. Matthew Arnsdorf stopped dead in his tracks. Oh, my heavens. This to make it 31-20. So a little suspicious activity there. 8 plays, 72-yard drive. Rodgers. Williams behind him in the single. And he could have had an interception or a sack, and that is a touchdown to the fullback, Vitale. I believe that's the fullback anyway. And I mean, you had a lot of Vikings around. You almost had a sack on Rodgers. But that's what it is. They're going to go for 2. So Rodgers going to go for 2. Short throw caught. And he does get it. He gets in. 2-point conversion is good. 31-28 Vikings now. Trying to get him to jump off. Not going to work. Throws. Caught. Slazerski has his 100 and the first down. Number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. And oh my heavens, what a play this late in the game. So you have to switch it up here a little bit. Campagna under center. Gets the snap. Rolls. Fires. Caught Letellier. He will score. Letellier scores. Blake Letellier. First career receiving touchdown. And that might do it. A 10-point lead. 4:43 left to go. He audibled. And what a play. Not only by Blake Letellier to get open, but by Stephen Campagna seeing him. And that might be your dagger here for the Minnesota Vikings. Linebackers will spread. D-line will pinch. Drew Ward has been out there longer than anybody on this defense. Big throw! Caught! Touchdown! Thaddeus Rozu jumped! Davante Adams with a 44-yard touchdown. I don't know what happened there. You can't play any better defense if you're Thaddeus Rozu without getting pass interference. Or Poitralamalu, I guess. I don't know who that was. On the field, I believe it was Thaddeus Rozu. He just jumped up and got this thing. Oh my heavens. 2 minutes left to go. Sam Gable gets the call. He will get the first down. That's all this team needs him to do. Green Bay calls a timeout. Green Bay timeout on the field. Green Bay timeout on the field. Vanderschaff will check in. Gonna slide the line to the left. And Vanderschaff, tough yards, but he gets up to the 27. Timeout Green Bay. They have 1 remaining. So 2nd and 4 now. Let's see what happens here as the Minnesota Vikings deploy their single back set. Sam Gable in there. Blake Letellier catch over touchdown today. Man in motion to the right side of the formation. 56, Mike, 56. Gable runs right into a defender. There's another timeout called by the Pack. So now, hypothetically, for the Vikings, you have 2 opportunities to get a first down. 2 opportunities. Packers are out of timeouts. What do you do here? Looking for the right combination. Looking for that right play to call. Stephen Campagna under center. Terrence Felix behind him. It's a throw left side. Blake Letellier. That's the game. The Green Bay Packers cannot do anything else. There's boos raining down from the field. Minnesota will win 38-35. They snap the ball. The game is over. Justin Vanderschaff will lose a couple of yards, but they played it down to the very end. It's just Minnesota edged the Packers in this one, 38-35. Whoa. Little sign of frustration there by the Green Bay Packers coach. Jalen Myrick, interception. Blake Letellier, touchdown catch. And there's the ball flying over the Green Bay sky. There's the end zone for some reason. Maybe because the Minnesota Vikings have seen the end zone today and beat the Packers 38-35 to get their first win of the season. They're 1-1. Only turned it over once, no fumbles, and an interception by Stephen Campagna. And Rodgers is showing signs of frustration. Oh, by heavens. So we're going to get right into these player stats for your Minnesota Vikings. It was Stephen Campagna. QB rating of 134.7. He was 22 for 30. That is 73% completion percentage. For those of you that didn't know how to do math or didn't look over here, 402 yards. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sam Gable led the carry day. I mean, if we had to have a depth chart, he is the starter. So he will more than likely amass more carries. 19 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. They really tried to give him the ball as much as they could, averaging 3.8 yards per carry. Aaron Moss, 9 for 45. Justin Vandershoff, 8 for 19. Terrence Frelix, 4 for 23. Travis Parker, 2 for 1. Matthew Peterson, 2 for 17. Stephen Campagna, 2 for 11. 1 carry for Blake Letellier, 11 yards. Also, Stephen Campagna had a rushing touchdown, silencing those critics. In the receiving game, it was Luke Slazewski, 7 catches, 144, just didn't see the end zone. Blake Letellier, 6 catches, 101, and a touchdown. Jesse Peterson, 2 for 39. Luis Gonzalez, 2 for 33 with a touchdown. Darian Wilson, 2 for 53 with a touchdown. Lou Wang, 1 for 20. Josh Gable, 1 for 12. Sam Gable had 1 catch for no yards. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers for your Minnesota Vikings. Nobody cares about blocking, so we're going to go to defense and look at total tackles. And it's Point Tralamalu with 8. Jalen Myrick, Rashid Spinks, Thaddeus Rozu, and Justin Lewis each with 5. They all have very good tackles today in open space. So spot on these guys. Matthew Arnsdorf had 4, Aaron Nelson with 3, Zachary Anderson, Tevin Fair, Paul Fritchie, Drew Ward, Kenny Erickson each with 3. Let's talk about Paul Fritchie for a second. First game back, he gets 3 tackles. A good welcome back game for him. Blake Letellier with 2, lone owner of 2 tackles. Garrett Bradbury, Robert Nichols, Thomas Cross, and Josh Gable each with 1. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch. Point Tralamalu, Drew Ward, Justin Lewis, and Matthew Arnsdorf. 1 sack on Aaron Rodgers of Drew Ward. 1 interception on Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Myrick. 1 pass deflection, Justin Lewis. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no block kicks, no safeties, and no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings. 1 catch. 1 for 1 on field goals was Brandon Baker, made from 34. 5 for 5 on extra points. Taylor Pauline gets his first action of the season today. 2 punts, 116, netting 76. Kick returns, Jalen Myrick, fastest guy in the world. 5 catches, 5 kick returns, 134. I mean, technically they are catches. He is catching the ball and running. The longest of 36. No punt returns for Jalen Myrick. We're going to get you back to the main screen where we will preview next week's game, if I can talk. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings win in Green Bay. Let me say that again. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings win in Green Bay. 3rd time's a charm. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings win in Green Bay, 38-35, and a nail-biter. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a moment. And hello and welcome. The MRI from Jeremy Lindsay after the game showed that he has a dislocated elbow. He will be out 6 weeks. Oh my goodness. Cole Smith returns next week from his ruptured disc, but this is a huge loss for this Minnesota Vikings defensive line. That puts him out until week 9 at least. They might want to hold him out 1 more week just to be sure, so week 10. So a big loss here in Green Bay. Not for the team as a whole, but for this defensive line. I mean, he is a good guy to have in the locker room, so we're going to go ahead and advance the week. It's going to be our second home game of the season against these Oakland Raiders of Anaheim. So somebody wants to renegotiate their contract, but first we will take a look. Okay. Give us 1 second. We will be right back. And we're back. So we know everybody that's coming out of the college cycle. So we could kind of take a look at who we want here. Interesting. So we'll make sure the scouts do that in the off week. But yeah, I mean, Cole Smith is able to be returned from injury. He's back in the rotation. And yeah, so that's going to do it here from Randy Replay. Once again, excuse me, your Minnesota Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers, send them packing. 0-2 on the season. We are now tied with the Bears, top the NFC North at 1-1 on the season, and we have a 0-2 Raiders team coming to US Bank Stadium, where it will be loud and it will be proud with Vikings pride. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.